The city get into the alarm monitoring business. The alarm monitoring business. The alarm monitoring business.
The Wheaton City Council plan session. Well, not to order, but we're here, yes. Item 2. It's the alarm monitoring using radio network.
ADT is currently the vendor. They own, operate, maintain, service the alarm panel, and then charge subscribers an appropriate rate. Staff is recommending that the city get into the alarm monitoring business. We've been working with Mr. Warren Olson of Fire Safety Consultants to assist us as we analyze this whole alarm monitoring situation.
Okay, a little bit of a history on this. As Mike mentioned, in the case here of Wheaton, they've had an ordinance for some time that requires fire alarms that are installed to be direct connected to the city. Every one of the municipalities I do either has an ordinance or creating an ordinance.
The city get into the alarm monitoring business.
A lot of property owners don't see these fees separated out. A lot of times they come from the alarm company that they've hired to maintain the system.
The city get into the alarm monitoring business.
When the fire department has gone out, they ask people, tell people they can disconnect their phone line. People go, we're not paying for phone lines right now.
Remember also that until January 1st of this year, we couldn't get into the radio business, radio wireless business, because we were under the umbrella contract of DUCOM.
We've trained the fire marshal there. He shows them on their bill, and people go, oh, I didn't know what this $110 a month was.
The city get into the alarm monitoring business.
Now, ADT charges a rate also. And for alarm and trouble signal monitoring and notification only, it's $27 a month.
The city get into the alarm monitoring business.
ADT comes out and hooks up a new alarm subscriber. In addition to that fee of $98 to $185 the phone company charges, ADT is going to charge another $125.
The city get into the alarm monitoring business.
DUCOM, they get out of that 27 to 14. Currently, the city of Wheaton receives no revenue. I have not done one of these that the municipality has not owned it themselves. It's important to understand that nobody here in the city has to have any knowledge on radio networks. Now the municipality can provide a service without having the expertise. You hire a service to install and maintain the network and make sure it works. I have not done one of these that the municipality has not owned it themselves. The municipality, or if you would decide to go with vendor ownership, they're responsible, just as the phone company was, just as ADT was.
The city get into the alarm monitoring business.
You would be responsible for the radio and the head-end equipment. So you're just replacing them. The owner still has to take care of his own fire alarm system.
The city get into the alarm monitoring business.
City ownership options, the city could own the network, dealers could own the network. In both options, again, the dealer installs and maintains the equipment. The city expertise is not required. Now the municipality can provide a service without having the expertise. Currently there's 7 vendors of Keltron equipment, which is the kind of the standard in the industry. The dealer goes out and gets the contracts, collects the fees from the businesses, and they may kick back a predetermined monthly fee per radio to the city for the privilege of doing work in your town.
The city get into the alarm monitoring business.
Establish a monthly service cost to the businesses, and this is, in every municipality I've done, and almost every one out there that I know of, it's been a great revenue source for the shareholders of ADT and AT&T for the last however many years. The cost of providing the service is less than people currently pay with the phone company and ADT. This is not new technology. The concept is not new. Head-end equipment, which currently exists at the fire station, that would be replaced. Radios at all the subscriber locations, all the equipment, maintenance and installation. This is not new technology. The concept is not new. All the existing clients can get a radio installed in their business, get going for no upfront costs. That's another advantage of owning your own network. This is not new technology. The concept is not new. Based on proposals I've seen come in over the last 2 years, would be roughly $900,000 due over the first 6 months.
The city get into the alarm monitoring business.
And most of the municipalities I work with don't have $900,000 sitting in the bank they want to spend, but most of them have come up with creative financing means to get that.
The city get into the alarm monitoring business.
The cost of running that individual radio that's out there would be $53 per month. That includes amortizing the equipment cost, maintenance cost, the DUCOM fee, any outside billing fees, and any other associated costs. Generate a constant revenue stream. You'd be generating $28,224 in revenue. Generate a constant revenue stream, or roughly about $250,000.
The city get into the alarm monitoring business.
I'll be honest with you, most of our municipalities that I'm working with now want this done yesterday. The revenue staying with the taxpayers in the municipality versus going to the shareholders of the businesses. This is a realistic time period if somebody was to start this. 3 weeks to do the RFP preparation, 3 weeks for it to be on the street, 2 weeks for us to review it, a month for the city to usually take some action on it, awarding a contract. The equipment would take roughly 2 months to be ordered and then delivered. And then roughly it would take a month to put the initial equipment in, 4 months to install the rest of the radios, and that's a pretty aggressive schedule, for a total estimated time of about 40 weeks from the start of the RFP presentation until the last radio is installed. The neat thing with this Naperville model, as I'll call it, is that it allows the municipalities in every case to charge a lesser fee for the monitoring that they have required in their own by ordinance.
The city get into the alarm monitoring business.
I was in Naperville when we switched, when the city switched over, and the only person upset about it was, well, ADT. They were not happy, and that's where litigation costs might have almost came in, because they threatened to sue and blah, 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 blah.
Since we would own the equipment, would we have any additional insurance costs, for example?
We may have, it's something we'll build into the price of connecting to the system. And that's kind of how I got started on this whole thing, was basically Councilman Johnson called me and said, I want to get rid of my AT&T charge. How do I do that?
Well, it's nice that we're going to switch over the whole city for Councilman Johnson. That's really nice.
For some reason or another, ADT has not upgraded their equipment here to accept radio signals.
Does ADT offer the radio wireless network? Could they potentially bid when we
They
went
will
out to
bid.
bid? They will. Okay,
Well, they
so
will
we
bid
could.
on the front end equipment and then all the radios. They could also, if they desired, and they haven't, offer the radio system here in Wheaton. And we had to follow whatever ADT wanted to do.
Very good. Mr. Olson, thank you.
Thank you.
very much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
The city get into the alarm monitoring business. Alarm monitoring business. Alarm monitoring business.
Alarm monitoring business. Alarm monitoring business.